What's up, team? Finn here, and I kind of wanted to continue a little bit for this video today on what we talked about yesterday on becoming more confident and things like that. I briefly kind of touched on everyone has strengths and weaknesses and things like that, and I kind of wanted to go a little deeper into that. There's a new book that I started reading. I actually have it right here. It's called The Heart and the Fist. It's by a gentleman named Eric Greitens, I believe is how you pronounce the last name. But the man was a Navy SEAL, and this actually talks about his story and how he kind of went through traveling the world and then being a Navy SEAL and things like that. There's a part in the very beginning of the book, I actually have not gotten that far in it yet, where he has a boxing coach who had a very interesting outlook on strength in terms of people and how everyone has an inherent strength in their body. So there's a little kind of quote here, or a little thing that he says that I wanted to read to you guys and kind of talk about a little bit as we're here. So here's how the quote goes. So, what did my father give you muscles for? What did he give you brains for? Now look here. I may not be the strongest man on the block, not the smartest man on the street, but I know that my father didn't give me what I have for me to waste it. So the logic train went like this. Every person had strength, therefore every person had a duty to develop their strength. All right, so as it says in this book, now this man's name is Earl, who's the instructor, and this is his viewpoint on God and how God put inherent strength in everybody. Now, whether you believe in God or don't or anything like that, you can't deny that every person has different strengths and talents and things that they inherently have, right, from birth, right off the bat. Some people are great athletes. Some people have these incredible minds that can figure out astounding things, right? Everybody has different strengths and talents. Some are big, some are a little bit smaller, but none of them are any less important than the other. All right, so after I read this, I actually started to think about a little more on, what could be my strengths, right? What could be your strengths? And this kind of ties very much into what we were talking about yesterday about writing down your strengths and your weaknesses. And what you'll find is that most of the strengths you have, while they may seem small to you, they could be very big to somebody else. It could just be something simple as, you enjoy helping other people, right? You have a kind heart and you really enjoy helping others. Well, that one little thing can make a huge difference to someone's life. To you, it may not seem that big, but to them, maybe somebody's struggling and you say just a kind word to them. All right, and next thing you know, they feel on top of the world because you said something to them. It could be such a small little thing, a small little strength to help others, and it can make a huge impact. So whatever your strengths are, whatever your weaknesses are, remember, always just keep building your strengths, building your weaknesses as you progress through life. And everything's going to be different, right? You may find your talents take a little bit longer to develop. Right, mine didn't show up till I was in my 20s. Right, I started teaching when I was maybe about 16, and I had no idea that I would end up liking it so much and have such an affinity for it. And part of it was the bullying and the struggles and things that I went through, both physically and mentally, through my childhood. I mean, I wasn't athletic, not at all. I was the complete opposite of athletic. I had an incredible imagination, which was great, but then I got bullied and picked on a lot, which then just made me kind of cave in upon myself. So through these things, when I started teaching, that became now my strength. So weaknesses, or things that I thought were weaknesses, actually became my strength, because that allowed me and gave me the ability to connect with my students, both young and old, and all the clients that I've worked with, to then make me the incredible teacher that I am now, where I can then connect with them on a level that others may not even understand because they either didn't go through those things. And I do have quite a few kids here who have gotten picked on and bullied and things like that, and maybe they don't believe in themselves as much as they can. And using what I went through to help them grow and help them get past that, I find is the greatest gift that I can give to others. So I invite you, as you go through the exercise that we talked about yesterday, I will also link the video below for any of you guys who haven't seen it, or if you would like to re-watch it, I'll link that right below so it'll be nice and quick for you to find. But as you go through the exercise, right, as you're writing down the things you like about yourself, your strengths, look for all those things that could either combine into one incredible strength, or maybe things that you didn't have before that you've built through the trials and tribulations that you've gone through in your life, right? It's like the hero's journey, right? There's always certain parts of the hero's journey where it's he feels like he can't do this, he can't do that, he's downtrodden, he's the whole thing is falling apart, and all these trials that he's going through just keep beating him down and beating him down. And at the end of the hero's journey, what happens? He always ends up accomplishing what he set out to do, right? It's not an easy journey, but it is definitely a worthwhile journey, right? So I encourage you, as you go through that list, really look and think on your strengths. I read them every night as you go through and really think on it. And then actually, if you'd like to get the book, again, I highly recommend it. Like I said, I'm not very far in, but it has been an incredible story. It's a great read. So it's called The Heart and the Fist by Eric Greitens. Great stuff. Like I said, that one chapter on boxing was great. The trainer that he had was really good. And actually, he called himself not a coach, but a teacher. Because a coach just teaches you how to do things, how to build skills. And you can use those skills for anything. I think one of the references he used, like a coach can make you run faster. Well, you can take that running faster into, okay, I stole something, now I can run faster from the cops. Right? A teacher does something different. A teacher not only builds your physical skills, but also then the mental and the spiritual side, where you become not only very, proficient and skilled in what he's teaching you, but also a good, honest person as well, which is what we all strive to be. So that wraps up this video. Again, I'll have the link for the yesterday's video on confidence put below, so you guys can easily find that. Other than that, that is the end of this video. So this is Finn from Warrior Self, and I'll see you guys next time.